Picture a world without borders where goods, ideas and cultures intertwine. Imagine spices from the East perfuming Roman marketplaces or Chinese silk adorning European royalty. From the earliest bartering systems to the digital marketplaces of today, the story of global trade is a tale of innovation, adaptation, and the relentless pursuit of progress. The quest for valuable commodities has charted new sea routes, forged alliances, and even ignited conflicts. The Silk Road, a network of ancient trade routes, stands as a powerful testament to this interconnected past. By tracing the threads of commerce from ancient times to the digital age, we gain a deeper appreciation for the forces shaping our interconnected world. The roots of global trade can be traced back to our earliest ancestors, who recognized the mutual benefits of exchanging goods and services. Barter systems, relying on the direct exchange of commodities, formed the bedrock of early commerce. The invention of currency, whether in the form of coins, shells, or other standardized units, marked a pivotal step in the development of trade. With a common medium of exchange, transactions became more efficient, facilitating larger-scale commerce and fostering economic growth. The rise of powerful empires, such as the Roman Empire and the Han Dynasty, further propelled the growth of global trade. These empires established vast networks of roads and maritime routes, securing safe passage for merchants and their goods. In the centuries that followed, new centres of trade emerged, often driven by technological advancements and shifting geopolitical landscapes. The rise of Islam in the 7th century AD brought about a flourishing of trade across the Middle East and North Africa. The Italian city-states, strategically positioned on the Mediterranean Sea, rose to prominence during the late Middle Ages, serving as crucial hubs for the exchange of goods between Europe and the East. The age of exploration, marked by daring voyages and the discovery of new lands, dramatically reshaped the map of global trade. European powers established new sea routes to Asia and the Americas, forever altering the course of history. The Industrial Revolution, ushering in an era of unprecedented technological advancement, would once again transform the landscape of global trade. The Silk Road, a name that conjures up images of exotic caravans traversing vast deserts and towering mountains, was not a single road, but a network of interconnected routes stretching over 4,000 miles. Originating in the bustling markets of Chang'an, modern-day Xi'an in China, the Silk Road snaked its way westward, traversing treacherous mountain passes and arid deserts. This intricate web of paths connected the powerful Han Dynasty of China with the Roman Empire, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas and cultures across a significant portion of the globe. Driven by the pursuit of silk, spices and other precious commodities, merchants braved perilous journeys, often taking months or even years to complete a single expedition. Along these routes, caravans laden with silk, tea, porcelain and jade from the east met with merchants carrying spices, glassware, textiles and gold from the west. The rise and fall of empires, the ebb and flow of conflict, and the establishment of new trade centres all influenced the route's evolution. The Parthians, skilled horsemen and astute traders, established a network of trading posts and provided protection for caravans, ensuring the smooth flow of goods through their territory. Beyond silk and spices, a tapestry of exchange. While the Silk Road's name highlights the trade in luxurious silk, this intricate network facilitated the exchange of a far more diverse array of goods. From the east flowed not only exquisite silk fabrics but also tea, porcelain, jade, spices and medicinal herbs. In return, merchants from the west brought glassware, textiles, gold, silver and manufactured goods, supplying the markets of the east. The Silk Road was far more than a conduit for material goods. It was a vibrant artery for the exchange of ideas, religions and cultural practices. Buddhism, which originated in India, spread eastward along the Silk Road, finding fertile ground in China, Korea and Japan. The Silk Road also played a pivotal role in the transmission of knowledge, with scientific and mathematical concepts travelling along its routes. The exchange of artistic motifs, musical traditions and culinary practices further enriched the cultural tapestry of the regions connected by the Silk Road. Legacy of the Silk Road echoes in a connected world. The Age of Exploration, about 3 sections. 1. Winds of Change, setting sail for new horizons. Winds of change, setting sail for new horizons. As the medieval world transitioned into the early modern period, a confluence of factors set the stage for a dramatic expansion of global trade. The rise of powerful centralized states in Europe, coupled with advancements in shipbuilding and navigation, ignited a thirst for exploration and the pursuit of new trade routes to the east. Portugal, a small nation with a long maritime tradition, emerged as a pioneer in this era of exploration. Prince Henry the Navigator established a centre for naval exploration in Sagres. Under his patronage, Portuguese navigators embarked on daring voyages down the coast of Africa, seeking a sea route to India and the East Indies. Vasco da Gama's landmark voyage to India in 1498 ushered in a new era of global trade. Charting the unknown, the race for riches and glory. The discovery of the Americas unveiled a vast new continent ripe for exploration and exploitation. European powers embarked on a relentless quest to claim and colonize these newly discovered lands. The Spanish conquistadors toppled the mighty Aztec and Inca empires, amassing vast fortunes in the process. The colonization of the Americas had a profound and often devastating impact on the indigenous populations. The exchange of goods, ideas, and diseases between the Old World and the New World, known as the Columbian Exchange, had far-reaching consequences. The Age of Exploration witnessed the emergence of powerful trading companies such as the Dutch East India Company and the British East India Company. A world transformed. Legacies of exploration and exchange. The Age of Exploration had a transformative impact on the world. The establishment of new trade routes, the discovery of the Americas, and the rise of global empires reshaped the geopolitical landscape. The Columbian Exchange had a profound and lasting impact on the environments, diets, and demographics of both the Old World and the New World. The Age of Exploration also witnessed a significant expansion of knowledge and understanding of the world. The legacies of the Age of Exploration are complex and multifaceted, laying the groundwork for the globalized world we live in today. Technological advancements reshaped trade. The Industrial Revolution transformed global trade with groundbreaking technologies. Steam engines powered factories and transportation, boosting production and efficiency. The textile industry was revolutionized, increasing output and lowering costs. The telegraph revolutionized communication, accelerating global commerce. Section 2. Mass production and consumption fueling global commerce. The Industrial Revolution's mass production surged goods availability, altering consumption and fueling global demand. The rising middle class with greater purchasing power stimulated industrial production and trade. Demand for raw materials profoundly impacted the global economy. European powers intensified colonization for resources like cotton, rubber, and minerals. Colonies supplied raw materials to Europe and served as markets for manufactured goods. New financial institutions supported the expanding global economy. Joint stock companies financed large-scale industrial ventures and colonial enterprises. Modern banking systems facilitated international trade on an unprecedented scale. International trade growth brought economic growth and interconnectedness. Economic disparities and political tensions arose between industrialized and agricultural nations. Colonial exploitation fueled social unrest and anti-colonial movements. Section 3. Beyond borders, the rise of a globalized economy. The Industrial Revolution marked a turning point, laying the foundation for the globalized economy. Technological advancements and mass production transformed economic relationships. Free trade gained traction, advocating for the removal of barriers. Proponents like Adam Smith and David Ricardo argued for economic efficiency and prosperity. The Industrial Revolution saw a gradual reduction in tariffs, facilitating trade. International organizations and agreements emerged to regulate and facilitate trade. The International Telegraph Union standardized communication, streamlining trade. These efforts foreshadowed formalized institutions of the 20th century. The legacy of the Industrial Revolution on global trade is profound and enduring. Technological innovations and global interconnectedness continue to shape our world. Understanding historical forces is essential for addressing contemporary challenges. Global conflicts and economic upheaval. The 20th century began with the echoes of the Industrial Revolution, but progress was soon overshadowed by conflict. Two world wars profoundly impacted global trade and the international economic order. World War I, erupting in 1914, shattered the fragile peace in Europe. The conflict disrupted trade routes, diverted resources, and led to economic instability. Governments imposed trade barriers to protect domestic industries and secure supplies. The Treaty of Versailles imposed harsh reparations, destabilizing the global economy. Economic nationalism rose, with countries focusing on their own interests. World War II disrupted trade routes, decimated industries, and led to economic hardship. Post-war reconstruction and trade agreements. As the dust settled after World War II, a new international order was needed to promote peace and economic stability. The United States, emerging as a superpower, championed free trade and international cooperation. The Bretton Woods Agreement of 1944 established the IMF and World Bank to support financial stability and post-war reconstruction. The GATT of 1947 aimed to reduce trade barriers and promote free trade. Regional trade blocs like the EEC emerged, promoting economic integration and cooperation. Section 3. Towards a more integrated world, the legacy of conflict and cooperation. The 20th century saw a remarkable transformation in global trade. The devastation of two world wars underscored the interconnectedness of the global economy. The post-war period fostered cooperation, reducing trade barriers and promoting economic integration. Institutions like the IMF, World Bank and GATT laid the foundation for a rules-based trading system. Regional trade blocs accelerated global economic integration. The rapid advancement of technology marked a new era of global interconnectedness. The lessons from the 20th century highlight the need for a sustainable trading system. The digital revolution, dawn of a new commercial era. As the 20th century ended, the digital revolution reshaped global trade. The internet connected people and information, laying the foundation for e-commerce. In the early 90s, the internet became accessible to the public. The World Wide Web made navigating the internet seamless. Businesses saw the internet's potential to revolutionize commerce. Amazon and eBay emerged as early leaders in the digital marketplace. They offered consumers a wider selection and the convenience of home shopping. The dot-com bubble highlighted e-commerce's transformative potential. Post-bubble e-commerce matured, leading to sustainable growth. E-commerce as a gateway to global markets. E-commerce transcends geographical boundaries, empowering businesses to access a global customer base. SMEs found in e-commerce a cost-effective way to reach consumers worldwide. Platforms like Alibaba and Etsy provided virtual storefronts for global audiences. These platforms simplified cross-border transactions, handling payments and logistics. Mobile commerce accelerated e-commerce growth, especially in developing countries. Mobile devices enabled consumers to shop anytime, anywhere. This shift transformed the retail landscape. E-commerce's transformative impact. E-commerce has revolutionized global trade, creating opportunities for entrepreneurs and empowering consumers. Barriers to international trade have been lowered, benefiting developing countries. Artisans and small businesses can now reach global customers, bypassing intermediaries. Online marketplaces empower consumers with reviews and price comparisons. Challenges include data privacy and cybersecurity threats. Fostering cooperation and stability. From the ancient Silk Road to today's digital marketplaces, global trade has seen expansion and disruption. International cooperation and institutions are crucial for managing this complex web of economic relationships. Economic organizations foster stability, promote fair trade, and address global economic challenges. The Bretton Woods institutions are pillars of the post-war economic order. The IMF promotes financial stability and assists countries in economic distress. The World Bank supports development projects and poverty reduction. The GATT, now the WTO, reduces trade barriers and promotes a rules-based trading system. The WTO negotiates trade agreements and ensures transparent international commerce. Its principles aim to create fair competition and a level playing field. These institutions have fostered a stable and open global trading environment. Section 2. Navigating the complexities, trade agreements and dispute resolution. International economic organizations play a critical role in facilitating trade by providing a framework for negotiating and enforcing trade agreements. The World Trade Organization, or WTO in particular, serves as a hub for multilateral trade negotiations, bringing together member countries to reduce tariffs, eliminate quotas, and address non-tariff barriers to trade. These negotiations, often complex and protracted, aim to create a more open and predictable trading environment, fostering economic growth and benefiting consumers through lower prices and greater choice. Trade agreements, whether negotiated bilaterally, regionally or multilaterally, establish the rules of the game for international commerce. They define the terms of trade, including tariffs, quotas and product standards, and provide mechanisms for resolving disputes that may arise between trading partners. The WTO's dispute settlement system, considered one of its most successful achievements, provides a neutral forum for member countries to resolve trade disputes through a rules-based process, preventing unilateral actions and retaliatory measures that could escalate into trade wars. Regional trade agreements, such as the European Union, the North American Free Trade Agreement, and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, have proliferated in recent decades, fostering deeper economic integration among member states. These agreements typically go beyond tariff reductions, addressing issues such as investment, intellectual property rights, and labor standards. While regional agreements can promote trade and economic growth, they have also been criticized for potentially diverting trade from more efficient producers outside the bloc and undermining the multilateral trading system. International economic organizations also play a role in monitoring compliance with trade agreements and addressing unfair trade practices. The WTO, for instance, has mechanisms for member countries to challenge unfair subsidies, dumping, and other trade-distorting measures. These mechanisms aim to ensure a level playing field for businesses and prevent countries from gaining an unfair advantage through protectionist policies. Section 3. Shaping the Future of Trade. Addressing 21st Century Challenges. As the global economy evolves, international economic organizations face the task of adapting to 21st century challenges. The digital revolution raises issues related to data governance, cybersecurity, and digital services taxation. E-commerce challenges traditional trade and taxation notions. Organizations must update trade rules for the digital economy, ensuring fairness and privacy. Climate change and sustainability are now key issues on the global trade agenda. The future of trade depends on adapting to challenges and fostering cooperation for a sustainable system. Reflecting on the journey. As we stand at the intersection of a storied past and a future brimming with possibilities, the story of global trade offers profound lessons. From the ancient Silk Road to the digital superhighways, the human impulse to connect and explore has shaped our world. Trade has facilitated the movement of goods and ideas, enriching our lives in countless ways. The evolution of global trade is a testament to human ingenuity. From currency invention to maritime navigation, each leap reshaped commerce, expanding horizons. We must balance profit with social responsibility and sustainability. Global trade has made our world more prosperous and diverse. The future of trade hinges on harnessing its power while addressing challenges. Global trade in the 21st century presents both unprecedented opportunities and formidable challenges. New technologies like AI and 3D printing revolutionize commerce, automating processes and creating innovation. The digital economy empowers small businesses to join the global marketplace. Yet geopolitical tensions and trade wars cast uncertainty over international commerce. Climate change demands a shift towards sustainable trade practices. International cooperation is essential for promoting green technologies and a circular economy.